everyone, it's Nicole. I have another layout, and again I'm going to be using mostly scraps from the January kit, Block Party from Studio Calico. And this time I'm going to use strips. So I'm going to go through all my papers, what's left, and I'm cutting anywhere between 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch to 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch. So all different sizes of strips. Again, to showcase all the different pattern papers in the collection. I'm just trying to find different ways to use up the leftovers of these papers. And I found they gave us a lot of those simple stories papers, like the dots one and the chevron one, and they didn't really match with anything else. But using them this way, I find I'm going to get some use out of these. I had about 4 sheets that I hadn't even touched any of it, but using it this way, I was able to use quite a bit of them. So I'm just going to lay out those stripes or those strips side by side, and I'm going to have to start looking for some that are the same width. And there's a few times I had to turn the recorder off because I couldn't do it all in one setting. Again, my grandson is here, so I can't seem to record for an hour and a half like I used to, but that's okay. I still get it done. I just do it in little spurts. I just turn it off and then come back when I have another 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to start gluing everything down, and I'm just using some non-permanent dots because in one of my last hauls there, or maybe I didn't upload that yet, I might try to upload that tonight. In one of my hauls, and I think it's the one that still needs to be uploaded, I show that I bought a small sewing machine, a Sunbeam machine from Simon Says. And whenever I get something new, I always try to use it right away, because then I feel like it was worth the purchase, you know, that I'm going to use it. So I'm going to glue all those down. I only want to put, like I said, dot adhesive so that it doesn't gunk up the sewing machine. And I just put it right down the center. So at the end there, it was harder to find strips that were the same size, so I had to either cut them down and make them the same size. So again, I'm just choosing all the different papers and flipping them over if I used it before, just so I have different patterns all throughout the layout. Last month I did strips like this, but I did it horizontally instead of diagonally. And this month I did it this way just to, you know, to have something different. Plus I'm going to sew, and I'm not going to sew at every single line. I'm going to skip one. And again, it was just so I could get used to my sewing machine and see what it could do. I actually have like a full-size sewing machine, but it's so heavy, and even though it's in my scrap room, I didn't use it at all because to lift it and to put it on my scrap desk, it was just, I found it was too heavy to do, so I just didn't bother. So I thought I'd try and buy the little one and see if I would use it more. So right now I'm just going around all the 12 by 12 and just cutting off the remainder that was kind of coming off the page. And this is where I pull in my sewing machine, and it's kind of I'm doing a zigzag stitch. And there's kind of a little funny story, because I mean, it was, I think 11 or 11:30 in the morning when I did this, and my daughter, after she feeds the baby in the morning, she goes back to bed, and I'm more a morning person than I am a night person. So I always tell her, you know, I'll take care of the baby and you just get some more sleep, just in case the baby, you know, didn't have a good night, or you know, she just feels still tired, and although he does sleep through the night quite a bit, we put him to bed at 11:30, and he sleeps most nights till 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So, and he's only 2 months old, so He's doing pretty good. But my son was home. It was he was off of school on Thursday. So I'm sewing away, and it was, like I said, 11:30 in the morning, so not early. And it's a good thing that I mute the clips, because he comes out of his room without making any sound, and he stands right behind me in my scrap room. And of course, I'm sewing away, so I don't hear him. And as I'm about halfway done through the page, about here, you feel you have someone staring at you. You just got that feeling. Anyway, I turn around, and he's almost my height. He's 13 years old, and he's like had this big, huge growing spurt. So he's standing right there. He's looking at me right in the eye, and I jumped and yelled, and he just says, "Good. That's for waking me up." And he walks out of the room. I thought I was going to swallow like my heart. I thought it was going to land to my feet. It scared me so much. A little bugger. So anyway, it was just, every time I'm going to see this page now, I'm going to think of that he did that to me. So I'm just about done sewing the page. So at every end there's little strands of the thread, and I didn't do it on the recording, but at the end, when I'm all done, I just kind of took some Scotch tape and just flipped over the ends and taped them all in the back so that they don't unthread. And so now I'm going to choose the two pictures. It's the first time that my grandson had a bath. It was at the hospital, and the nurse comes in, and they show them how to bathe the baby and all this stuff. So I took pictures of when they were bathing him. So on the brads that I was just showing, it was the Midway collection. We got that 2 or 3 months ago, and I only have 3 brads left on it, and one of them was a little ducky. So I thought that's just perfect for a bath. So I just took it, and I'm going to use it on this layout. And I'm going to use that speech bubble, the blue one, and that came in this month's kit, and it's the blue sheet, the blue polka dots. I believe it's Echo Park Photo Freedom, maybe. Anyway, the back side, it's all cut out sheets, the Moments one and the other one. So I'm going to use those, and the speech bubble, I cut it in 2, and I'm going to use it at the bottom right and the top left. And that the twine is actually, I'm going to show it in my haul that I'm going to upload tonight. I just got it on Thursday, and this is March 31st, so March 28th. And I used it right away because I didn't have a nice looking yellow like this before. It looked more like an orange yellow. So I was glad to get that yellow, and I used it right away. And I also used that ribbon that came in a few months ago. It was a twine ribbon, and it was a chevron-like twine, so I used it on this page. And also some chipboard stars that we got in this month's kit. So where it says moment, I'm just going to put the ducky right in front of it, so it's going to be like Ducky Moments. And then I'm going to do the journaling, I believe, there, and in the speech bubble is where I'm going to put the title. I actually got this layout done, must be close to a week ago now. I just haven't had a chance to do the voiceover. So I'm going to hopefully upload it tomorrow morning, just before I leave for work, so April 1st. And now I'm inking the stars, and I'm using the Hero Arts ink Butter Bar, I believe it's called. So I have 3 stars, so I inked all 3 of them with the same ink. And now I'm going to attach that chevron ribbon and the die cut. And I also took one of the circles again from the digital kit. I cut it out, and I cut it in 2, and I put one piece at the bottom left, and then under the star, just so the star wouldn't have all that different paper underneath it and be more like a solid color. And again, it was Brad's that we got in a couple of months ago's kit, and it was all numbers, and it's sort of canvas, and it has number 1, so I just put number 1 for his first bath, and I put it right in the middle of the star. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of those arrows and geotag. I really like them, but I'm finding it kind of hard to use, and I don't know why. I have them out for each layout, and I still have quite a bit left. So the title is just going to be First Bath, and both alphabets are from the kit. The little yellow circle ones are October Afternoon, and the other ones, I believe they're Jenny Bolin. So I'm going to do the twine and do the twirly thing that I like to do, and I'm going to put some at the top right next to the star and the title, and then I'm going to put some by the big star, and then at the bottom also. And then I put a few enamel dots, and then I'm going to do my journaling there. And I just talk about how the nurse was so impressed, because she said that a lot of times, even moms that are, it's not their first time being a mom, they're really timid about giving the baby a bath, and my daughter was right in there and giving him a bath, so they were impressed with her. So I'm just going to stamp the date of his first bath, and I'm showing you a close-up, and then I'm a few still pictures, and the page is done. So I got another page done, so I'm hoping to do the voiceover tomorrow night and upload it probably the 2nd of April. So thanks for watching. Bye.